The massive mining colony of Proxima 7 hung like a rusted mechanical beast against the endless darkness of space. Harsh yellow lights flickered across endless corridors where alien workers moved like shadows, their bodies broken and spirits crushed. Under the relentless machinery of corporate exploitation, Jae-woo Park adjusted his cargo management uniform, his fingers tracing the digital tablet that tracked every movement within this industrial nightmare. Unlike most transport logistics officers who simply processed numbers, he saw the living beings behind each data point. Today, something felt different. The mining facility stretched across multiple asteroid platforms interconnected by massive titanium tunnels and gravitational bridges. Mechanical arms moved tons of rare minerals, while robotic drones zipped between processing units, creating a symphony of industrial precision. But beneath this technological marvel, human suffering and alien desperation quietly existed. Minho, a thin, metallic-skinned worker from a distant star system, carried heavy containers filled with platinum-grade minerals. His exoskeleton, once a proud biological adaptation of his species, now looked like a rusted prison. Scars marked his body, evidence of countless beatings and decades of forced labor. The colony's management were ruthless administrators who saw workers as replaceable components. Corporations like Stellar Dynamics viewed sentient beings as mere resources, extracting labor through sophisticated control mechanisms. Neural restraints, periodic sedation, and strict behavioral protocols ensured maximum productivity with minimum resistance. Jae-woo watched Minho struggle, noticing how his movements seemed calculated yet desperate. Each step carried years of suppressed anger and silent rebellion. The alien's eyes, though tired, held an intelligence that refused to be completely broken. Suddenly, a maintenance drone malfunctioned nearby, creating a momentary chaos. Workers instinctively ducked, but Minho's reflexes were different. He anticipated the drone's erratic movement, protecting nearby workers from potential injury. Such unexpected compassion caught Jae-woo's attention. The transport officer knew the system well. He understood how corporate algorithms categorized workers, reducing living beings to productivity metrics. But today, something within him rejected this cold calculation. Minho wasn't just a number. He was a sentient being fighting for survival. Proximity sensors blinked, tracking every worker's movement. Advanced AI systems monitored heart rates, muscle tensions, and psychological stress levels. Any sign of rebellion would trigger immediate neutralization protocols. But Minho had learned to navigate these systems, creating microscopic gaps in their surveillance. Interstellar trade routes demanded constant mineral supply. Proxima 7 was a critical node in this complex economic network, processing rare earth, elements needed for quantum computing and advanced spacecraft technologies. Millions depended on the minerals extracted through these workers' suffering. Jae-woo's tablet suddenly displayed an anomaly. Minho's productivity was 0.03% higher than the colony's average, despite his apparent physical limitations. Such minor, statistical variations often went unnoticed, but to someone paying attention, it revealed extraordinary resilience. The facility's architecture was a marvel of engineering. Massive gravitational stabilizers prevented asteroid fragmentation while maintaining optimal working conditions. Radiation shields, advanced cooling systems, and automated life support created an environment where biological diversity could survive in extreme conditions. Workers from 17 different star systems moved like synchronized machines. Some were humanoid, others resembled walking crystalline structures or plasma-based life forms. Each had been recruited, purchased, or simply transported without consent, becoming part of this massive industrial ecosystem. Minho caught Jae-woo's gaze. For a millisecond, their eyes connected, a silent communication that transcended language, species, and the cold mechanical world surrounding them. In that moment, something profound happened. Recognition of shared humanity, despite one being an alien and another a human. The sirens continued their monotonous warning sounds. Robotic arms continued their endless movement. But something had changed. A spark of potential rebellion, of hope, had been ignited. Jae-woo knew his next actions would determine everything. Would he follow standard corporate protocols or listen to the quiet voice of compassion growing within him? The mining colony continued its relentless operation, unaware that a small act of kindness was about to challenge an entire system of interstellar exploitation. Proxima 7 continued spinning through the darkness, carrying its secrets, its suffering, and its unexpected potential for transformation. End of Part 1. The next solar cycle brought an unexpected tension to Proxima 7's endless mechanical landscape. Jae-woo's routine inventory check became something more, a carefully orchestrated dance of subtle rebellion. Maintenance tunnels hummed with low-frequency vibrations as Jae-woo strategically moved between processing zones. His digital tablet wasn't just a tracking device. It was becoming a weapon of bureaucratic resistance. Corporate algorithms tracked every movement, but Jae-woo had learned to create microscopic blind spots. Min-ho watched from a distance, his metallic skin reflecting the harsh industrial lights. Years of survival had taught him to read subtle human gestures, and Jae-woo was different from other logistics officers. Where others saw numbers, he saw living beings. The facility's environmental controls maintained a constant temperature of 22.7 degrees, perfect for mixed species operations. Oxygen mixtures were carefully balanced to support 17 different biological requirements. Massive atmospheric processors hummed quietly, creating a sterile yet complex ecosystem. Jae-woo approached a senior administrative terminal, his fingers moving with calculated precision. Each data input was a strategic movement, creating subtle documentation anomalies that would later become evidence. He wasn't just checking inventory, he was building a case. Nearby, advanced robotic maintenance units moved with synchronized efficiency. Quantum-powered cleaning drones scrubbed radiation-exposed surfaces, while holographic warning systems projected multilingual safety instructions. The technology was impressive, but it masked a brutal economic system. A sudden equipment malfunction caught everyone's attention. A plasma extraction unit began overheating, triggering emergency protocols. Most workers would retreat, but Min-ho's response was different. Without hesitation, he assisted nearby workers, guiding them to safety zones with unexpected calm. Jae-woo noticed everything. The way Min-ho moved wasn't just about survival, it was about collective protection. Such behavior was rare in a system designed to break individual spirits. Communication networks buzzed with automated reports. Stellar Dynamics' central AI processed millions of data points every microsecond, tracking worker productivity, equipment performance, and potential disruption risks. But today, something would slip through their complex monitoring systems. The facility's design was a marvel of interstellar engineering. Massive gravitational stabilizers prevented asteroid fragmentation while maintaining optimal working conditions. Radiation shields and advanced cooling systems created an environment where diverse biological entities could survive in extreme conditions. Jae-woo accidentally dropped a water container near Min-ho. It wasn't random. It was a carefully planned moment of connection. As he helped Min-ho clean up, he whispered subtle questions about working conditions, documenting responses through hidden communication devices. Robotic surveillance units continued their endless patrol. Quantum-encrypted cameras tracked every movement, but Jae-woo had studied their algorithmic patterns. He knew exactly how to create momentary surveillance gaps. Worker break zones were designed for minimal interaction. Strict segregation protocols prevented extended communication between different species. But today, Jae-woo's presence disrupted those carefully maintained boundaries. An announcement echoed through the facility. Routine productivity assessments would begin soon. Most workers tensed, knowing these evaluations could mean immediate replacement or worse. But Min-ho remained unusually calm, a subtle resistance against a system designed to create fear. Jae-woo's digital tablet captured everything, not just inventory numbers, but human stories. Each data point represented a living being, not just a resource to be extracted. He was building something more than a report. He was creating potential evidence of systematic exploitation. The facility's massive reactor core pulsed with controlled nuclear fusion, generating energy that powered entire star systems. Massive, cooling systems maintained delicate technological balance. But beneath this technological marvel, human resilience was creating its own quiet revolution. As solar cycles passed, Jae-woo and Minho's subtle communication continued. Small gestures, carefully coded messages, moments of unexpected kindness. They were weaving a network of potential resistance. Something was changing in Proxima 7. A quiet rebellion was taking shape, powered not by weapons, but by human compassion and unexpected solidarity. The industrial landscape continued its relentless operation, unaware that a profound transformation was quietly brewing. Darkness surrounded the mining colony, holding its secrets, waiting for the moment of unexpected liberation. End of Part 2. The maintenance corridor stretched like a metallic serpent, hidden from primary surveillance systems. Here, between massive cooling pipes and quantum communication networks, Jae-woo and Minho found their first true moment of private connection. A damaged communication device, carefully modified, lay between them. Its circuits were a complex map of potential escape, each wire representing hope. Minho's nimble fingers, scarred from years of forced labor, traced potential routes through the facility's complex infrastructure. The ventilation shafts here, Minho pointed, his metallic skin reflecting dim emergency lighting. They connect to secondary waste management systems. Most surveillance algorithms ignore these zones. His voice was a low whisper, decades of survival encoded in every word. Proxima 7's technological marvel was also its greatest weakness. Massive automated systems designed for absolute control created microscopic blind spots. Quantum-encrypted security networks, ironically, became potential escape routes when someone understood their complex algorithms. Jae-woo's transport logistics experience gave them an unexpected advantage. He knew exactly how inventory tracking worked, how robotic patrol units moved, and most importantly, when system recalibration created momentary vulnerabilities. Advanced holographic schematics flickered between them, a dance of potential escape routes. Maintenance drone patrol schedules, reactor core cooling cycle timings, worker rotation algorithms. Everything became a potential tool of liberation. Nearby, massive reactor cores pulsed with contained nuclear fusion. Each heartbeat of technological power created subtle electromagnetic disruptions, perfect for creating temporary communication blackout zones. Minho had studied these patterns for years, waiting for the right moment. Robotic maintenance units continued their endless patrol. Quantum-powered cleaning drones moved with synchronized precision, unaware they were part of a complex system about to be challenged. Their predictable movements became potential pathways of resistance. We have approximately 72 standard solar cycles before the next major system recalibration, Jae-woo calculated, his fingers dancing across a modified digital tablet. That gives us a 0.03-second window of potential system vulnerability. Minho's species had evolved on a high-gravity planet with complex electromagnetic environments. His biological structure could withstand technological disruptions that would destroy most other life forms. This was their secret weapon. The facility's communication networks were a marvel of interstellar engineering, multi-layered quantum encryption, artificial intelligence monitoring, and predictive behavioral algorithms created a seemingly impenetrable system. But every system has weakness, and they were about to find it. Emergency containment protocols flickered in the background. Radiation shields adjusted microscopic parameters. Atmospheric processors maintained perfect environmental balance. Yet beneath this technological perfection, a human and an alien were planning something extraordinary. These maintenance access codes, Minho whispered, showing a complex series of quantum-encrypted sequences. They were collected over decades. Each represents a moment of observed vulnerability. His eyes reflected years of silent resistance. Jae-woo understood this was more than an escape plan. This was a statement against an entire system of interstellar exploitation. Corporations like Stellar Dynamics treated sentient beings as replaceable resources, reducing living creatures to productivity metrics. Their plan wasn't just about individual freedom, it was about challenging an entire economic model that transformed living beings into industrial components. Each calculated movement was a rebellion against a cold mechanical universe. Advanced holographic displays continued their silent dance. Worker movement patterns, robotic patrol schedules, atmospheric pressure variations, everything became a potential tool of liberation. They were writing a new language of resistance, spoken through technology's own complex algorithms. The maintenance corridor remained silent, holding their whispered dreams. Massive technological systems continued their endless cycle, unaware that two beings were about to challenge their entire operational framework. Minho's hand touched the damaged communication device, a symbol of hope, a testament to survival. Jae-woo's fingers traced potential escape routes, transforming bureaucratic knowledge into a weapon of liberation. Solar cycles passed. Robotic units continued their patrol. The facility hummed with technological perfection. But something was changing. A quiet revolution was taking shape, powered by unexpected human compassion and alien resilience. The darkness surrounding Proxima 7 held its breath, waiting for the moment of transformation. End of Part 3. The facility trembled with unexpected chaos. Alarm systems screamed their digital warnings, holographic emergency protocols flickering like desperate fireflies across massive industrial screens. Jae-woo's hand gripped a modified communication scrambler, a device capable of creating temporary, electromagnetic disruptions. Years of logistics training had taught him how complex technological systems could be manipulated, and now he was turning that knowledge into a weapon of liberation. Minho moved with extraordinary precision, his metallic exoskeleton absorbing rapid environmental changes. Decades of survival had transformed him into a living survival algorithm, capable of reading technological patterns faster than most computerized systems. Massive reactor cores pulsed erratically. Quantum-encrypted security networks suddenly found themselves struggling against unexpected interference. Robotic patrol units began moving in confused patterns, their advanced AI momentarily overwhelmed by sophisticated digital disruptions. 36 seconds, Jae-woo whispered, his eyes tracking multiple holographic displays. Each movement was calculated, each step designed to create maximum confusion with minimum direct confrontation. Two security guards approached the main processing corridor. Normally, such an encounter would mean immediate neutralization, but Jae-woo's strategy was different. Using precise communication frequency manipulation, he created audio illusions that redirected their attention. The first guard's communication device suddenly started broadcasting emergency protocols from a completely different facility sector. Confusion spread like a digital virus. The second guard's neural interface began displaying random maintenance reports, creating a moment of critical distraction. Minho's biological structure allowed him to perceive electromagnetic frequencies humans couldn't detect. He could sense potential threat zones microseconds before traditional sensors, giving them a critical survival advantage. Maintenance tunnels became their secret highway. Massive pipe systems designed to cool nuclear reactors now provided unexpected escape routes. Quantum-powered cooling systems created temporary thermal disruptions that masked their biological signatures. Advanced holographic warning systems continued their multilingual emergency broadcasts. Attention workers, maintain current position, system anomaly detected. But these were just words. Their reality was becoming something else entirely. One robotic security unit attempted interception, its quantum-processed tracking systems locked onto their movement. But Jae-woo had prepared for this. A carefully placed electromagnetic pulse transformed the machine into a temporary paperweight. The secondary maintenance shaft, Minho pointed, his voice a calm contrast to the surrounding chaos. It connects directly to the outer asteroid processing zone. We have approximately 2.7 standard minutes before complete system reset. Stellar Dynamics' entire technological marvel was momentarily confused. Artificial intelligence systems designed for absolute control found themselves struggling against human creativity and alien survival instinct. Jae-woo's transport logistics background became their most unexpected weapon. He understood exactly how inventory tracking worked, how robotic patrol units moved, and most critically, where system vulnerabilities existed. Massive gravitational stabilizers continued their endless rotation. Radiation shields adjusted microscopic parameters. Atmospheric processors maintained environmental balance. Yet beneath this technological perfection, two beings were writing their own escape narrative. A maintenance drone crashed nearby, creating additional confusion. Its quantum-encrypted systems sparked and died, providing them another momentary cover. Such accidents were becoming increasingly frequent in their carefully planned escape. Minho's hand touched a complex communication device, part biological interface, part stolen technological marvel. Decades of silent resistance had taught him how to become invisible within technological systems designed to track and control. Emergency containment protocols screamed their digital warnings. Holographic displays transformed into a symphony of confusion. But Jae-woo and Minho moved with extraordinary synchronization. Two beings who had learned to speak a language beyond words. The facility's massive reactor core continued its controlled nuclear fusion, generating energy that powered entire star systems. But today it was generating something more, a story of unexpected liberation. Solar cycles would remember this moment, when a human transport officer and an alien worker transformed from resources into revolutionaries. When technology's perfect control found itself challenged by human compassion and alien resilience, darkness surrounded their escape, holding its breath, witnessing a transformation. End of Part 4. The small transport ship drifted through the endless cosmic canvas, a fragile sanctuary amidst infinite darkness. Stars whispered ancient stories against its reinforced quantum glass windows, bearing silent witness to an extraordinary journey of liberation. Minho's metallic skin reflected soft ambient lighting, a stark contrast to the harsh industrial illumination he'd known for decades. Freedom wasn't just a physical state. It was a profound psychological transformation. Each moment aboard the ship felt like breathing for the first time. Jae-woo's navigational systems displayed complex stellar charts. They weren't just traveling, and through space. They were charting a course beyond predetermined systems of exploitation. The ship's quantum drive hummed with a quiet promise of new possibilities. Stellar communication networks buzzed with encrypted messages. Somewhere stellar dynamics would be analyzing their escape, attempting to understand how two beings had defeated their supposedly impenetrable control systems. But here, inside this small vessel, a different story was unfolding. The human refugee support networks, Jae-woo explained, displaying holographic connection protocols. They have complex protection mechanisms for individuals escaping corporate exploitation. His fingers moved across advanced communication interfaces, establishing secure communication channels. Minho's biological structure absorbed new information with extraordinary speed. Years of survival had transformed him into a living, learning algorithm. Each new piece of information was a weapon against his previous existence of forced labor. The ship's medical restoration unit began its careful process. Advanced nanobots worked meticulously, healing decades of physical and psychological trauma. Scars weren't just physical. They were memories of systemic violence being carefully reconstructed. Quantum-encrypted databases revealed shocking truths. Millions of workers across different star systems experienced similar exploitation. Minho and Jae-woo weren't just individuals. They represented a potential movement of resistance. Interstellar communication networks carried whispers of their story. Small resistance groups, hidden across various planetary systems, began analyzing their escape strategy. What seemed like a singular event was becoming a potential blueprint for liberation. Advanced holographic education interfaces flickered to life. Language learning modules, technical skill development programs, psychological rehabilitation systems, all designed to transform a former slave into a fully empowered individual. Your biological structure has unique adaptation capabilities, Jae-woo observed, reviewing complex medical scans. The nanobots are discovering extraordinary regenerative potential in your genetic framework. Each discovery was a celebration of life's remarkable complexity. Massive stellar cartography displays showed potential destination zones, refugee support colonies, independent planetary settlements, research stations seeking diverse biological perspectives. The universe suddenly seemed full of unexpected opportunities. Minho's eyes, once dulled by years of forced labor, now sparkled with an unexpected curiosity. He wasn't just learning, he was actively reconstructing his entire understanding of existence. Each moment was a rebellion against his previous controlled existence. The ship's artificial intelligence system, unlike corporate monitoring networks, was designed for supportive interaction. It provided contextual information, answered complex questions, and facilitated learning without judgment or control. Technological interfaces became windows of exploration. Historical databases, scientific research archives, cultural exchange, platforms, everything was now accessible. Knowledge, which was once a controlled resource, became a personal journey of discovery. Jaewu understood this wasn't just about physical escape. It was about creating a new paradigm of understanding, where sentient beings weren't resources, but complex evolving entities with inherent dignity. Stellar communication networks continued their endless dance. Somewhere, corporate systems were still trying to understand their escape. But here, inside this small vessel, a profound transformation was happening, one healing moment at a time. Minho's hand touched the ship's quantum glass window. Stars didn't just represent distant light sources anymore, they were promises, possibilities, entire universes of potential waiting to be explored. The refugee support network's first communication arrived. Complex encrypted messages offering support, protection, potential integration pathways. They weren't just offering assistance, they were extending a hand of collective solidarity. "We are more than what they made us," Jaewu said quietly, his hand resting on the navigation control. The statement wasn't just about their personal journey. It was a declaration of universal potential. Their small transport ship continued its journey, a tiny beacon of hope against the infinite cosmic darkness. Not just moving through space, but creating a new story of liberation, one solar cycle at a time. The universe watched, holding its breath, witnessing an extraordinary transformation. End of Part 5.